Michael Jackson is considered by many the king of pop. He was one of the artists that will never go out of style. He was and still is a global music icon and the best-selling solo artist in the history with Thriller. It is impossible not to recognize his impact on the music industry. In this video of learning English using songs, we'll dive into the lyrics of one of his most iconic songs, Billie Jean. We'll see some interesting facts about Michael Jackson, we'll go beyond the lyrics, and finally we'll learn some vocabulary and expressions we get from the song. Check this out. First, let's begin talking about who Michael Jackson is and how everything started. Michael Jackson's musical journey began in the late 1960s as part of the Jackson's 5, achieving widespread success with hits like I Want You Back in the 1969, and his solo career took flight in the early 1970s. But the highlighted moment came in 1982 when Michael released Thriller, an album that shattered records and became the best-selling album of all time. The iconic music video for Billie Jean and the title track set new standards in the industry. But in 1983, when he did the moonwalk for the first time, performing Billie Jean live in front of an audience was the beginning of success. In 1984, Michael won a record-breaking 8 Grammy Awards for Thriller. Subsequent albums like Bad in 1987 continued his reign atop the charts. The 90s saw the release of Dangerous 1991 and History, Past, Present and Future Back in 1995, showcasing his enduring impact.
I ask all of you to wait and hear the truth before you label or condemn me. Don't treat me like a criminal, because I am innocent.
Now, despite some personal challenges and some false allegations, Michael's influence persisted. He even got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and that was 2 times, because first was with the Jackson's 5, and then he also made it there again as a solo performer. What's the message of the song? In other words, what is this song about? Well, the song, if you read the lyrics, is a story. It points a vivid picture of a woman named Billie Jean who allegates that she has a song of Michael's. Now, it looks like it was a pretty woman because in one part of the lyrics, he says she was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. Therefore, this woman must have been attractive to him. But she was also kind of crazy, because of the next line. She is just a girl who claims that I am the one, but the kid is not my son. And it looks like Billie Jean was a very convincing woman because in the lyrics it says, for 40 days and 40 nights the law was on her side. But who can stand when she's in demand? Her schemes and plans. I think this song also highlights the hard life of an artist when it comes to relationships and how careful an artist has to be when he or she gets into a relationship. People always told me to be careful of what you do and don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. In my opinion, this song is more of a reflection for whoever tries to become a singer and to be aware of these kind of allegations and how to avoid them. My favorite part of the song is when he says, and mother always told me, be careful who you love, and be careful what you do, because the lie becomes the truth. Now, I interpret these lines as something that every person needs to have clear in his mind. Now, his or her mind, because this applies both for men and women. If you decide to break a heart, because there is no, I didn't mean to, yes, you meant. There's no action before thinking. We cannot perform an action without thinking about it first. Right. That's it. If you decide to break a heart, you need to face the consequences. And sometimes, even if you don't do it, that's when the lie becomes the truth. For example, let's say that people say that you're a player, doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. But you deny, you say, no, I'm not a player. But on your DM, you always text different people, like for future something, right? You keep people there in case something can happen in the future. Ain't that also plain? That is when the lie becomes the truth. Get it? Get it? Now, I've found 3 parts with new vocabulary and expressions that we can learn from Billie Jean. In the verse, I said I don't mind, but what do you mean? I am the one. The expression I don't mind expresses a lack of objection or resistance to a situation. It suggests a willingness to accept or accommodate without any preferences or concerns. You can use this expression when someone asks you for a favor. Can you lend me your car for 2 days? Sure, I don't mind.
I don't mind.
I don't mind paying.
You don't mind?
Well, of course I mind.
In the verse, for 40 days and 40 nights, the law was on her side. The expression on her side means that the legal authorities were supporting the woman in that case. You can use the expression on someone's favor if you favor or agree with a person's position. For example, when there are rumors about your best friend and your best friend is sad about it, you can say, it's okay, I'm on your side.
I'm on your side. I know.
Honey, I'm on your side.
All right, I'm on your side now.
One of the verses that is also repeated in the lyrics is when he says, we danced on the floor in the round. In this context, the round describes a circular place where they both danced. This phrase contributes to the imagery of the music. In some parties, there is a round area where people dance, a square, or even open areas. But in this song, there was a round place where people could dance. Now, this was my analysis of the song Billie Jean by Michael Jackson, but you can also do it by yourself. And not only for this song, but for any song that you'd prefer. In the description box, you'll find links to guide you into the analyzing of your own song. In the comments, tell me what's your favorite Michael Jackson song and maybe another song to analyze in a future video. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. My name is That Teacher, and I'll see you later.